the idea that the whole nation is a big family, and that's what we're seeing today.
Well, the people certainly flowing in, and we caught a glimpse just a few seconds ago in a very dramatic, dazzling electric blue hat, Tara Palmer-Tompkinson. And it's interesting at this stage as well, when you look at the mixed nature of the congregation. Oh, there she is, on cue. And of course, her parents, great friends of the Prince of Wales, and her sister Santa with her. And it's interesting to look at the mix of the congregation as well, Simon, which tells us something about the makeup of Britain today. You do have a very traditional section which involves senior military figures, diplomats, foreign royalty, and again, as you
here,
said,
the great star
blend
is Kate and Kate's background. 2 generations or something back to that mining village in Durham. All the big family occasions in the 20th century were toffs. They're essentially aristocrats, children of the royal family, marrying bluest of blood. This is different because we have a commoner marrying the second in line to the throne. So it's genuinely and spontaneously the British family in a much bigger social sense. So the mix inside the Abbey is quite right. 1,000 friends. Does anybody have 1,000 friends? You may do, actually. Don't think I do.
I'll pass on that, Simon. Thank you very much. Very soon, we'll be seeing some of the most powerful people in the land joining us. And they include, of course, the Prime Minister, David Cameron. He's in Downing Street right now, and Matt Baker's going to talk to him.
Well, very good morning from the gardens of Number 10, and good morning, Prime Minister.
Good morning.
Now, just give us an idea, what is your reaction to the scenes that are going on up and down Britain, not just here in London, but, you know, right across the country?
Well, it's very exciting. I mean, I went out onto the Mall last night to just meet some of the people and chat to them about sleeping on the streets. And there's just that sense of excitement that it's sometimes quite difficult to put an exact word on. I think it's a mixture of this amazing young couple, the fact they love each other. It's also the institution, the national symbolism, the monarchy, the service of the royal family. It's all those things, and a chance to celebrate. And we're quite a reserved lot, the British, but then when we go for it, we really go for it.
Yeah, and you're quite a seasoned royal wedding camper yourself, aren't you? Because you were camping on the Mall, and you went to, did you try and find a little spot
I went back to the spot where I was, which was sort of on the corner of the Mall, just opposite Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
And it was packed last night. There was hardly a spare centimetre, and everyone with their tents and their water and their chairs. But they were having a lovely time. I hope they had a good night. I was tucked up warmly up there with the helicopters buzzing overhead.
Yeah.
But it's a very exciting sense, waking up this morning and thinking of what we're going to see today.
Real excitement. And there won't be long before we see Kate. So what do you think she's going to bring to the royal family?
Well, I think, what I think is that she brings, and he brings as well, Prince William, a sense of fun, a sense of humour. I think they have a great sense of duty and what they are bound for, but also they have a sense of fun and sense of humour, which I think is vitally important. And whenever I've met him, I don't know her at all, but I've met Prince William a few times, he's very at ease with himself. He's got a wicked sense of humour, but obviously a clear sense of what he has to do in his life as well.
Yeah. Now, when you came to see us on the One Show, you hadn't decided what gift to get them. What did you go for in the end?
All of the cabinet contributed to the charity that the royal couple wanted us to contribute to, and I think it was the right thing to do. But then I thought, what do you get the couple with everything? And I thought they've really enjoyed their time in Anglesey, where he serves in search and rescue. So I found a Welsh photographer who's done some beautiful pictures of Anglesey in a couple of volumes, and I've given those. So I hope wherever they go, they'll have that memory of Anglesey, where they've obviously been very happy.
I'm sure. And there's a street party this afternoon in Downing Street. We're back here this afternoon to get a sense of that, but we're going to let you go. We don't want you to be late. There's nothing worse than tiptoeing in at the back of a wedding.
That's right. I don't want to get there on time.
All right,
thanks very much.
Prime Minister, already very smartly dressed, no lounge suit in sight, and that form of dress no doubt will be matched by other political leaders as they turn up at the Abbey too. Here we are on Whitehall itself, and it's pretty long cavalcade, and lots of security as well within these cavalcades. Lots of police, 5,000 police on duty in central London today. Not all of them in uniform, and we can expect to see lots of policemen, as they are now in Whitehall, lining the route, but there'll be lots of them in plain clothes, and some of them, I dare say, in ceremonial uniform too, so they'll be blending in with what's going on. We've heard from Mr. Cameron. What about another prominent Conservative? He's with Fiona.
Yes, I'm joined by the Mayor of London, Boris Johnson. Boris, I've never seen you look so smart.
Well, what do you expect? I'm very, very proud to be invited, and of course I'm going to wear the right stuff. And this comes from, I'm delighted to say, from Moss Bros in Fenchurch Street, and I'm indebted to Pam of Moss Bros in Fenchurch Street for her hard work to get me as smart as she could.
Well, I'm sure she'll be very glad for the mention. Now, you have already worked out what you're going to be giving to the happy couple as a wedding present, I gather.
We have, and we're very glad some kind-hearted sponsors have come up with the support necessary for what we think is a perfect present, which is a tandem bicycle. I'm giving it away already, but anyway, we'll be unveiling it later on.
Well, they may not be listening. You know, I think they may be trying to get ready at this point. So to give them a special
it may not be uppermost in their minds.
And it's a great day for London.
It's a fantastic day for the city, and obviously it shows the city offers its best. We've got the entire international media here, and in many ways it's a good dry run for the Olympics. And you know, we've got just about every American broadcaster you could possibly imagine. A good opportunity to test our systems, get the transport system working, and show it off as best as we possibly can.
And how well do you know William and Kate?
Well, look, I don't want to exaggerate. The Prince and I were involved in an inglorious episode, which some of you may remember, to try to get the FIFA World Cup to come to England, and well, we got to know each other a bit then. But I can't pretend to be, you know, a close buddy of the royal couple. But I'm absolutely thrilled that we've been asked.
And you're looking forward to the day?
I'm very much looking. What we're going to do afterwards is I'm sort of out there in, you know, where are we? Row 696.
Just back there?
Yeah, just back there. I'm in some row right at the back, but afterwards we're all going to go, at least I'm going to go to Trafalgar Square, and I'm going to offer a toast to the happy couple.
Great. I'm sure they'll enjoy that very much. Boris, I'm going to let you take your seat. Thanks very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Bit of a parliamentary flavour to what's going on. Boris Johnson there, Mayor of London. We've just caught a glimpse of the Speaker of the House of Commons and his wife Sally, John Bercow. We have this red carpet today that's been laid overnight, and we can see it surrounds the black marble tomb of the unknown warrior, which was laid there in 1920. An unknown warrior from the fields of Flanders who was buried here in the Abbey to represent the millions lost in the Great War. Surrounded by a really rich sea of poppies, and all of it very beautiful. And nearby, a green marble memorial to Sir Winston Churchill. So there we have it, the avenue of trees along the nave, the highest Gothic nave in the country, and through the choir screen into the choir itself, where lots of the personal friends will be seated, along with other religious leaders, and indeed we'll be looking at some of the political leaders too. Dan Snow there, and Lady Edwina Grosvenor, his wife. Dan Snow, of course, the very prominent and popular television and documentary presenter. So let's try to appreciate some of these fashion statements and styles in a little more detail, and join Sophie again.
Well, we're going to talk about the hair first of all, Hugh, because about a mile away from here, Catherine Middleton is getting ready for the biggest day of her life. The team of hairdressers arrived at the Goring Hotel at 6:30 this morning and have been hard at work ever since. Richard Ward and James Price have been practicing for months for today. And just before they left to meet Kate for the final practice on her hair, I spoke to them both.
Well, I mean, it seems to have gone on forever. I mean, really, since we heard that Kate and William were getting married, and as soon as we got the nod that we were doing the hair, I mean, it's been 4 months of preparation. We've come up with mood boards, with ideas between the two of us, presented them to Kate, and really, the main preparation was all in the salon. And funny enough, we've had to use a double in my PA, and we had to lock the office door, cover up the porthole, so there was just the three of us, day after day, practicing the look that we're going to be doing on the Friday.
And James, you've cut her hair for several years now. How many practices, dry runs have you had?
Yeah. I mean, we've been over there sort of 4 or 5 times to try out a few different styles. But as you said, yeah, I've been cutting her hair for, I think, 4 years now. Started off being introduced to her mother, and then she introduced me to Kate, and I'm now looking after the whole family, which is a fantastic honour.
Yeah, I mean, we're really honoured, and we're so delighted that they've stuck with us all this time, and we're just so happy to be given the nod to do the hair for the day.
And this is a huge operation, isn't it, for you? You're not just doing the bride, you're doing the whole family.
Well, James is doing the bride, and for the first time in 20 years, I'm actually going to be passing up pins. So it's really nice for me. I'm going to be mopping his brow, making sure that we put everything in the right place. So the pressure's off me for a change, but it is a massive team event for everyone here.
It must be amazing as well, Richard. You've seen her, since she was a teenager almost, grow up over the years. What's it been like?
Yeah, I think she first started coming when she was about 20, and I think she'd literally just gone to university. I'm not even sure she knew William by then, but I can tell you she's never changed. She's a very caring person. She's been very loyal to us.
She doesn't expect any special treatment when she comes in. She just likes to sit down with everyone else, and that's how she likes it and how we'll keep it. And I think that's the relationship she's built with us and what she likes, really, isn't it?
You've both seen her a lot over the last few weeks. Any sense that she's nervous?
I tell you, if it was me, I would be so nervous. But I mean, she's just taking it in stride, isn't she?
She's very calm, composed, and I think it's going to be an amazing day. She'll make Britain proud.
Those two have not slept for weeks, they told me. She's going to make Britain proud. I mean, lots of people, massive speculation about what her hair's going to be like, almost as much speculation about the dress.
Yeah, I was paying very close attention because he said he was passing pins. I thought, oh, it could be an updo. She loves her hair, and her hair is one of her greatest assets. It's fantastically glossy and shiny. I mean, it just beats all of those girls off the hair ads, doesn't it? We had heard a couple of weeks ago that actually the Kate hair was the most requested haircut in New York, believe it or not. So that influence is going around the world. My suspicion is that she'll want to keep it down and she'll want to let some of that kind of glossy mane show off.
Yes, so will there be a tiara, will there be flowers? It's very romantic in the Abbey. The trees that we can see there, beautiful, magical feel.
We heard that she wanted to have flowers in her hair, but there was some pressure from on high that she might wear a tiara, so again, desperate to see that.
The wonderful thing about her, though, is she is very natural, isn't she?